if you might have time to throw it away, depending on how fast you get.
Man, okay. You got another Big Chuck podcast. We live, man.
Hey,
Y'all don't know what be going on behind the scenes. They didn't eat like a whole 16 pack of chicken in the last 2 minutes because everybody said they was hungry, you know what I mean? Because everything wasn't queuing up the way it was supposed to. Now everything queuing up, you know, we trying, like I told y'all before, we trying to work on getting a sound man and get somebody to make it pop and do what it do. But, you know, we still gonna come live every Thursday talking, you know what I'm saying, barbershops slash hair salon, you know what I mean, to everybody. Um, you know what I'm saying? Erica, we missing Erica, you know what I mean? Be safe travels in Buffalo. She lost her, you know what I'm saying? She lost a family member, so we praying for her. Like I said, we gonna start the show off by telling everybody who you are, you know what I'm saying? We slim today. It was people in here, but everybody left. Didn't nobody want to get on, but we going, you know, like for the next couple of weeks, we're gonna be changing how it's going to look. Like I said, you know what I mean? I'm had to work on getting, you know, more professional, looking more professional out there. I need people to go and subscribe to my YouTube, SMUENT. I need y'all to subscribe to everybody that's on here. Turn this network into something. If you Frederick and you got a business, reach out so we can promote it. If you Hagerstown and you got a business, reach out and we can promote it. If you in the DMV and you got a business, reach out and we can promote it. And if you want to come on the show, let me know. So with that being said, I'm gonna have the people go around, introduce themselves to you, and then we're gonna go into the show. Today we are talking about parenting.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Faye out here in the Frederick, Maryland area. Your hair care specialist. I specialize in locks, braids, color, relaxers, pretty much almost anything hair. I can do it. Also, your mixologist, so if you have any bartending needs, I got you. You can find me at Blessed Beauty Enterprise, 1828 Rosemont Avenue, or you can also find me on Facebook, FE with accent Emmanuel, and on Instagram, Blessed Beauty 808.
Next.
Top G in the building. Represents Splash and Dash Mobile Detailing. Cannabis consultant. Get at me, you know, on those tinctures. We got some nice little shea butter and RSO on deck. Representing this Big Chuck podcast, trying to get this off the ground. So you know what I mean. Like I said, you know, y'all tap in. Follow me on IG at Top G. Follow me on Facebook. Splash and Dash Mobile Detailing, and there we go.
It's your boy Rondo, friendly neighborhood podcaster slash party promoter. Holla at me, lick gods.
You gotta turn that down. That's all. You gotta turn it. You gotta turn it loud down.
Live on live.
That ain't me. I cut it out. That ain't me. I don't know. That joint screeching up my ears. That wasn't my live.
Everybody has their phone on no sound.
Minor difficulties. Bad. It was that one.
Hey, but this the Big Chuck podcast for you.
Yeah.
What we doing? We do the comedy.
Nah, that wasn't loud. That was the other phone. You know what I mean? Nah, that's the one. Nah, this one was on. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I'm sitting here slipping, looking around, watching, and got the what's it called? I had to turn my other phone down. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's the name? I got two phones. You know what I mean? So I forgot about the other phone. But go ahead.
It's your boy Rondo from the Lick Gods, friendly neighborhood podcaster slash event promoter, all that. Whatever you need from me, man. I'm your boy.
All right, everybody said they likes. I'm gonna try to hold the what's it called? I gotta hold the little book. You know what I mean? Because I'm primitive to answer questions, and then I got to look at my phone, one of the two phones, to answer the questions that the people are chiming in. So if I don't get to you soon, I'm going to get back to you, you know what I'm saying? So I got to get straight to we talking about parenting today, parenting. So bullying, all that has to do with it. You know what I mean? Like everybody got their opinion how you supposed to raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? So first question I got is, do I ask yourself this question, do I want the best for my child or what's best for me? Like you think about it in yourself, like, do I want the best for for my child or what's best for me? Because some of us live, okay, I played football, I didn't make it to the pros. I need Lil Johnny to make it to the goddamn pros. So I'm pushing him because that would be best for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what's best for him because Lil Johnny don't want to play motherfucking basketball. I mean football. He want to play basketball.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So what do y'all think about that? Like, you know what I'm saying? When the parents live through their kids, they think their kids, and it's true, they are an investment, but it's an investment in them. Whoever they decide to be. Like if you get somebody and he decides to be a lawyer, that's still a good investment. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't a lawyer. He, you know what I mean? He took, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and took you to another level. So he's making 150,000 and you never made 150,000 in your life. That's still a good investment. You made money. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna be mad at him because he didn't play football. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to answer the question. Like the question is, you know what I'm saying? Do I, or if you know anybody, do you think people want what's best for their child, or do you think most of the people you know wants what's best for them instead of their child? Like, y'all got the question?
Yeah,
All right, who want to go first?
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I want what's best for my child because, like you said, I might want him to go pro with football, but what if he don't even want to get hit in football?
Exactly.
So
He ain't
now-
built for that.
So now I'm, making him do something that he wants to do.
Can he slide the chair? Go ahead.
I'm making him do something that he want to do his whole high school career, and then he don't even go too far for it. He end up doing like art or something in college. It's different.
That's true.
All right, there you go. Yeah, well, you're running late, man. I got Pittsburgh, and I'm a Steelers fan. He just like the Steelers, late. Our offense is fucked up, you know what I mean? Pittsburgh nigga want to be late, but it is what it is. But like I said, today we talking about parenting. So being that he came in late, I'm going to let him talk. They should be able to hear you on the mic. But I let him talk and let y'all know who he is, and then we'll continue with the question I asked. Go ahead.
What's going on? My name
Slide your
is
chair
Roy.
forward.
I'm from Pittsburgh. Of course, you already said. I just jump in real quick about parenting. With me and parenting.
Hold on, I ain't answered the question yet. I just wanted them to know who you is because it's the first question. I don't want you to get ahead. And hey, shout out to that Ike Wear, man. Pittsburgh Hill District. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to that Ike Wear. So look it up, Ike Wear, Pittsburgh Hill District, man. You know what I'm saying? I just was talking to you, Donnie. It's all good. But the first question was, you know what I'm saying, do I, like, look at yourself as you. You know what I'm saying? Do I or people around you want what's best for me, for your child, or do you want what's best for you as parenting? Go ahead.
Well, I sort of, as you already know, I'm heavy with parenting.
Already know.
You already know. Like, when I seen what your topic was, I said, I definitely got to say something about this. Because me, I'm sort of different. Like, I understand when people say what's best. I want my son to be better than me. I want him to be better than me in everything that I did. So when you make decisions like that, you not only like mature as a man, like you understand like there's all different kinds of parenting, but you understand like my parenting fits me. This is what I need to do with my kid because sometimes like you said, how do you know like exactly what's best for the kid?
Exactly.
Like that's what it boils down to. It boils down to the mind frame of the parent, what's going on with them. Because if a parent's not in the right frame of mind, he's not going to make the best decision for their kids.
Exactly.
How many people you see riding around with their kids at 11, 12 o'clock at night? They might have had a drink. They might have been over their friend's house. Mm-hmm. Nothing they do is in the best interest of their kid. But when you say something to them, oh, yeah, I took them over there to see their cousins. I wanted to make sure they seen their family. No, but that wasn't in the best interest. Could have had an accident and killed them.
True.
So you understand what I'm saying? Like with me, I feel like it's just with each parent how they go and what frame of
So
mind.
so in your frame of mind, you do what's best for your kid, not
Always.
what's best for you.
Always.
Okay. Next. Anybody else want to speak?
I was
Go ahead.
I was
Yeah,
maybe
you was
on
in
that
it.
too. I started. I wouldn't pressure my son to do something that I felt like would be good for us, like, pursuing basketball career or football career. If that's not what he wants in life, then that's not what's best for him. So I'm actually looking out for what he really would want in life.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think though that people go through.
You got
phases
yours
of
up?
both.
Mine
you
is
hear me?
down. I turned mine down.
Okay. I think people go through phases
So-
of both because it can be like depending on what you're talking about. Like, so yes, it could be I want my child to play sports. I want them to play a particular thing, which is not in the best interest of the child. But it could also be, I need a break and I don't feel like dealing with my kids, so I'm gonna drop them off somewhere else so I can go do whatever I want to do. Or, I just don't feel like it right now, so I'm gonna leave them at daycare. I'm gonna take them to daycare when they don't really need to be there, when I should be parenting. So I think it can be both. I think probably a lot of times people have done both. In terms of course, you want the best for your kid. You want to make sure they're doing well. You clothe them, you feed them, you do everything that you can for them. But then sometimes people, out of human nature, I feel like, do what's best for themselves as well. So I think it's definitely a mix between both. You just hope that you do better parenting than not.
Okay. You got something, Top?
I want to start out like this. Man, as long as my kid ain't no fuck niggas. You feel me? That's why I'm gonna start out like that. Two, I think it's a family collective thing when it comes
Okay.
to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta understand that the Creator gave my kids their own pathway, just like I got my own pathway. I had time to work with my pathway still up until this day where my kids able to see me working on the same path that they have to work to come where I have came past them
Okay.
where they got to come to as well.
Okay.
I think that at the end of the day, as long as I be a good
Oh.
supporter, those ingredients that where a child can understand how to be a child, and then those times when they can understand, well, is it time for me to understand how to grow up now, or when would I start be paying bills, or understanding death
Okay.
in life and stuff like that. They have to understand how to take this on collectively on their own.
Okay.
But being that I want to be a structure on who I am in life, who I acquire myself to be as of today in front of them. Like they use that to build on what they got. Now,
Okay.
I don't, as far as me, all my kids say football, basketball. They done a lot of that stuff. Son, he got state rings. Kid got basketball trophies all over the place. But
Mhm.
I can't say that that's what they want to do in 10 to 20 years because
Exactly.
I know that either they look good at doing it. Oh, you should carry along. But other than that, they got their own. And I think that looking at their daddy and their mother and their grandparents and people in their family to understand, hey, your foundation is what you make it.
Okay.
It ain't what we provide for you. It's the knowledge that we sit down where you can weigh it out by understanding. Do you take a left at this type of corner, or do you take a right at that type of corner? You know what I'm saying? All that's
Okay.
for you. So no, I wouldn't. No, I don't want to try to live my life through my kids, and I have told them that.
Okay.
I just want to let them know that they'll never see in light of me doing anything negative. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I already told my kids they'll never see me on no corner. You know what I'm saying? Begging for no drugs, looking like I'm on drugs. You feel me?
Exactly.
And it should give them the motivation not to go that way either.
Okay.
So that's
Well,
how I
I'm
look at
gonna go into the next question off that. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything in the eye because when it comes to parenting is, you know what I mean, in the eye of the beholder. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you dealing with parenting, it's how you want to raise your kids. A lot of people talk about what they talk about. It's all good. So the next question is, do I measure my success as a parent by the quality of the relationship with my kids or how I control my kids? Like as a parent, Are you controlling? Like, you need your kids to do what you say and they can't develop who they want to be. You're going to make them be who you want them to be. Or do you have a relationship with your kids? Like, do you talk to your kids and be like, okay, you know, blank, blank, blank. Okay, I see Twan might not be a football player. Twan might be more educational. What you into? You start buying games for him, or you get a computer so he can play around with the computer. Break the computer down, put it back together. Or you the parent is you see Twan take the back of the computer off. The fuck is you doing? And you giving him a beating because he took the goddamn back of the computer off because it's your goddamn computer. He shouldn't have broke down your goddamn computer. You know what I'm saying? So do you measure your success as a parent by the quality of your relationship or how you control your relationship? Like, are you a controlling parent or I'm a control as a parent, you always have to have some type of control. But do you listen to your kid to understand who they are or you control them by no, you gonna be who the fuck I want you to be?
Okay. I'll start off with that one because I think I've been on both ends of the spectrum. When my son was young, I was definitely more of the controlling parent because, my family was very strict. We were like, people were looking for like a certain thing, and I was
What's
like,
going on, Rock?
you feel the pressure maybe sometimes of trying to make sure you're perfect and your children are perfect, your kids are perfect. You just try to do that. As I've gotten older and all that other kind of stuff, my son's grown up. We definitely are now a lot more about the relationship and the relationship that we have, which has been like so much better. So kind of from both ends of the spectrum, both are real. So
Okay. So like I said, I want y'all to wrap around this. I mean, you can bring in friends that you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I know somebody, we ain't dropping names. But like I said, are you one of those that's, okay, we can work together and develop who you are, or no, you gonna be who the fuck I say you gonna be?
Mm,
Who wanna
that's
step
true.
up?
With me, I'm along more with this young lady right here because I had daughters when I was young, and I ain't really know how to parent. All I really knew was to keep them close to me so nobody did nothing to them. You understand what I'm saying? So that was more of you gonna do what the fuck I say. I'm not playing no games. Stay away from this boy and this, that, and other. But now with my son, I sort of understand now that that really doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of back and forth with my son. Like a lot of people think that my son is smart as far as like speaking, but I, I taught him different than what I taught my daughters. I taught my son, like, listen, there's a respectable way to say everything. If it's on your mind, say it because there can't be no mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? Like with me, it's sort of different. I lost a child to some goofiness. You understand what I'm saying? So when it's different with him. I want you to be absolutely assertive and make yourself perfectly clear when you're speaking. Because when something happens, you have to understand that I need to know that these people knew exactly what you were saying.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's more of a give and take with me because I learned from my daughters
Okay.
to better parent my son.
Okay.
You understand
Well,
what I'm saying?
I know people sending questions in here, but like I said, I got the phone away from me. If I don't answer your question, hopefully I'll get to some answers later on in the show. But I'll try to go back and answer some of the questions. But if not, I got some meetings in the morning, so I ain't gonna be on here late at night in the basement answering y'all questions. It might be tomorrow night. I'm be drunk in the basement, then I answer y'all questions. So next for the question. You want me to read the question again?
Yeah.
All right. I'm talking in the I, measure my success as a parent by the quality of my relationship with my kids
Mm.
or how I control my kids? So am I a parent that like, okay, I'm gonna build a relationship with my kids. I'm gonna get to know, you know what I mean? I'm a girl parent. I don't have no boys. I raised a boy, but he wasn't mine. But when I came around him at a young age, all he had was women in his life. So come on, stay with me. I'm gonna show you what a man do, and I raise him. What's going on, Tone? I love you, man. I love them grandkids. But you know what I mean. So I had a son, and he ain't had to come from my loins, but he me. That nigga me to the end. His mom be like, nigga, you know what I mean? Like shit, we should have had sex. This boy is you. Like he had your fucking DNA. He's you to the 10th. But he got that because I was there for him. I learned him and I didn't control him at that age. Although at the time I had him, I was 100% street.
Facts.
100% street. Like I knew niggas was trying to gun for me, but I didn't bring him around that. He didn't know that about me. You know what I'm saying? He just knew that if he wanted some sneakers, he got them. If he wanted, and that's when And One was good. You know what I mean? He wanted to go see Earthquake. Dad got you. You know what I mean? Go get the tickets. You know what I'm saying? But I kept it away from him. But I wanted to build a relationship with him. I didn't want to control him. Is what I'm saying. Like, are you one of them want to build a relationship with your kids, or you like, nah, I'm gonna control you. You not gonna go out there and be no motherfucking hoe.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna be who they are, but as a dad, nah, you not gonna do that. You don't. And at the end of the day, you don't got control of that. So wrap your mind around. That's what the question I'm trying to ask. Go ahead.
All right. When I parent my son and my girl has a daughter, so I don't have a daughter. She doesn't have a son, but we both got both.
Exactly.
It's more of, to me personally, when you are a controlling parent, they're going to try to find a way to break out of there and do everything that you was telling them. I just put the information out there. I mean, and my son's still too young for me to really say this, but
For sure.
what I know that I want to do is I'm not going to tell him what you can or can't do, because that's going to make him want to do it even more. I'm just going to tell them the consequences of the bad things that they want to do, and I'm going to try to uplift them on the good things that they want to do.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in?
You know,
So you going last, sister? You
don't
going
have-
last,
you don't-
sister?
you don't have
Oh,
to.
I already
You don't
said,
have
but
to.
I'll
Okay,
go ahead. I'll
go,
talk
go,
a little
go.
more.
No, no,
My first child, it was a young lady, 22 years old, happy, happy. My thing is, I guess with me and my first child, because my daughter was born one day, and the next day I was locked up for murder on something I totally do. So
For sure.
here I am one day, you know, my first child, I'm in the hospital, you know, there and everything, and I come home to celebrate it. I stop at the store, and somebody say, hey, the police looking for you. I'm like, man, I've been at the hospital for the last 2 days. What they looking for me for? You know, and here I go. So me coming, beating my trial, had 2 jury trials of murder, beating that, getting out, and having that feeling to know that when I get out, that is my criteria. This is what I'm finna do the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Not just to understand that what I was locked up for, but to understand that I don't need the karma in the future. You know what I mean? So here I am, and like my daughter to this day, because I moved away. I'm up here. All my family's in Georgia. My daughter's in Georgia, so I got 2 boys up here. My firstborn is in Georgia, and I'm glad that I was able to be there, coming up out of that situation, and totally just vouching of my time on her, regardless if it was good or bad. So I wasn't that type of person that might have drove around at night, but the daytime, she rode around in the Chevy all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I went to a party, if my homeboy was throwing a party, they had kids that was there too. So I didn't never miss a beat. I didn't never miss a beat with having my daughter with me, nor the time that I missed with the friend. So me coming up, like it was happy for us to have our kids. And then now I have two boys. My daughter console my 2 boys with those things that where they missed up out of their daddy when, you know, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that structure that I have it's a bittersweet moment. So I can't really answer that question, but
It's all good.
just to be in there to know that my kids know that I want to be there.
Listen, the purpose of this show is for parenting. Like it's not no perfect parent. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's gonna be the parent of the year, but in their mind. But I just in our community, this is what we need to talk about. Because like I said, you know, it's to the time where when I was raised, the community raised the kid. Now it's the individual raised the kid. Like you bet not say nothing to my kid in this neighborhood. And that's why I say I need to talk about it because I need to understand this shit. I'm a old me. Anybody know I'm personable. I'm still old school. So if your kid acting out in Walmart, I'm saying something to you and him. Y'all gonna have to do what y'all gotta do. You know what I mean? So I come from that generation. Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you said something. We sort of know each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
crazy that we lived on the same street and this
Exactly.
and another. But when you were saying, I think something that needs to be mentioned too is like as far as our black men taking more accountability for even taking care of a young black man or a young
Period.
black woman that's not theirs, because in the end it does matter.
Exactly.
And I got my program, and that's crazy that like you
Yeah.
see my joint, so
Exactly.
a lot of kids look at me as a father figure,
Exactly.
and that's what we need more of.
Yes,
And
sir.
like just commending you, saying that like I got a son that's my son, and that's how I was. I had a daughter that her mother had 2 kids on me when I was in jail, but when I came home, I took care
That's
of
me.
them, and then look what happened.
Exactly.
My biological daughter gets killed, and I take care of my others.
I feel you. I feel
You
you.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I don't mean to call them others.
yeah, I ain't mean to get off topic, but that's something that we might want to revisit later about how dudes always talk that rent-a-pop shit and this, that, and other. When
Yeah.
we're dealing with our future.
Exactly. But it's to open up dialogue. Like when I have y'all on the show, everybody my regulars, they know. When you go home, if you get something off of it, write it down, send it to us. Because we can talk about it. I want to talk about everything that we need to talk about. I'm not motherfucking Malcolm X or nobody like that. I don't want to act like I'm Malcolm X, but this is Barbershop Hair Shine. You know what I'm saying? This is what we talk about. I go to Barbershop, I say what the fuck is on my mind. So on this show, I say what the fuck is on my mind because it's barbershop/hair salon conversation. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got something you want to talk about, let's talk about it. Because I'd rather us talk about it than to hold it in and we out there killing each other because that's what's wrong with the world now. We killing each other because we ain't talking about what the fuck I'm mad about. If I know you wear blue and I wear red and you come around with blue and instantly I'm mad, that's like some bullshit. You know what I mean? That's like what bulls do. When they pull out the red cape, the bull trying to get the motherfucking red cape. He don't see you. He trying to hit the goddamn cape. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I think we need to talk about in parenting. Go ahead.
Just to come back, I think that we need to start telling our kids the truth.
Period. At a certain age. At a certain age.
You know what?
Because they need to believe in something when they're young.
Learn how to.
Yeah, when they young, they need to believe in. Like when they 2, ain't nothing wrong to tell them. And I'm Muslim. Ain't nothing wrong. It ain't nothing wrong to tell them about Santa when they 2. Yeah, when they 2, it ain't nothing wrong to believe in Santa. You know what I mean? But when they get to that certain age, I'm Muslim. I don't believe in Santa. But when my kids were small, they go over their grandmother's house and they get gifts. I ain't had no problem. But when they got to the point that they comprehend, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna say my kid's name, but how the fuck a fat white man gonna fit down the chimney? We don't got one.
And
We live on the 5th floor of the high rise. How the fuck how he getting here?
So Santa didn't come to your house then?
Yeah, but at a certain age, I had that conversation. But when they living in something and they trying to build, cool. I ain't gonna break down it. What's it called? But I'm gonna go into the next question.
They might want to know before school starts. 'Cause somebody-
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. So you know what I mean. So what that'd be another show we can talk about. When is the appropriate time to tell your kids the truth? You know what I'm saying? Because if your son 2, and I'm gonna go into the next question. You don't gotta answer this, but your son 2, and he say, "Daddy, where babies come from?" You gonna say from fucking your mama? Yeah. We're gonna go into the third question. Do you speak to your child? And what I want to talk about is I hear a lot of parents talking to especially from my era. Stupid motherfucker, you just like your dad. Hard-headed motherfucker. You ain't gonna be shit. Blah, blah. And it might not be your moms. It's the people that's in the neighborhood. When they get mad, they straight start talking down to kids. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to wrap y'all mind around that. Do you speak to your child as if they are destined for success? Like me, I learned that at a young age. I'm not going down my kids. Even when they wrong, like, Kyra, I got to come talk to you about something. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I flip it to make her understand instead of me coming yelling at her. You understand what I'm saying? So what I try to do is talk to them like, you're going to be successful if you get over this hurdle. I'm not gonna talk about you ain't shit because you got a fucking F in math. I wasn't good in math. I had a D plus, which is cool. You know what I mean? I dealt with it. But what I'm saying is, do you talk to your kids if you are they destined to be successful? Because if you tell your kids, okay, if you get over this hurdle, this is what you get. Instead of being like, if you don't pass math, you don't graduate high school. What kid cares about high school? For real, for real. When they watching these videos, you got social media. You see all this out here. Ain't nobody on social media say you get this when you graduate Thomas Johnson High School. That is never the message. They tell you you get this when you have money and status. Women, you get this when you have money and status, or you have someone with money and status. It comes with it. It's a package deal. And it's really the truth. We talking about tell our kids the truth. That is the truth. It's a package deal. If you got money, anything you want comes with it. Period. So if you a dude that's chasing money and you broke, you stupid. Chase the money. Because when you get the money, the women chase you. It comes with it. A rich dude don't be in the strip club looking for girls. A rich dude walk in the strip club, the girls go with him. It's different. You tricking off her to get her naked. A rich dude walking here, they trying to go wherever he at. Money go with it. So if you teach your kids to be successful, they don't have to chase their vices. I'm a man. I like big titties. I like big ass. When I was young, I wanted to fuck something. I did. Like every other man, every other woman. A woman, like, okay, she wanted a good man. She wanted to feel what sex felt like. She wanted. That's natural. You understand what I'm saying? But when they talk to you, oh, oh, dad, I'm having sex. You's a motherfucking hoe. I'm a hoe because I had sex. That's natural. Or like, yeah, boy, let me tell you how you know what I mean? Get these, let me show you these feathers, pull the feathers. Your granddad had these feathers, and I had these feathers. Next time, rub the feather on the left thigh, turn it into something. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is, you gotta look at it in different ways. Like, why is it a bad thing that your son fucking? It's natural. Exactly. Teach him how to do it.
Right.
Do you teach him to be successful, or do you teach them? That's what I want y'all to wrap y'all mind around. Do you? And that's with anything. Your son don't want to. Let's say he don't want to fuck. He want to play football, right? Are you gonna tell him the truth? Nigga, just being talented ain't gonna get you to the league, nigga. Because you're talented in this league, but you know how many leagues is out here? Are you gonna get up early and run? Are you gonna get up early and lift weights? Do you know the dedication it takes to be in the fucking league? It's you know what I mean? It's 1,000 people in the league. It's 1,000,005 that want to make it to the league. How that don't add up? How you get there? So that's what I'm saying. Do you teach your kid? Do you talk to your kid to be successful, or do you talk to your kid because you in the mode? You stupid motherfucker, you just like you look like Twan. Oh, big head motherfucker, that's why I hate Twan. That's why I left that nigga back in 82. Cause Twan nigga, the kids don't want to hear that shit. And it happens all the time. Me, I don't. I've been through it. Baby mamas, I don't rock with the baby mama, but I don't talk to my kids about they mom. That's not a conversation. Like they ask, well, dad, why you ain't talk to your mom about that? That's not a conversation that I'm gonna have with you. That's me. But if you want to know how to do this and you want to know how to do that, dad gonna show you. I want to show you how to be successful in life. And it ain't even monetary. Successful. If you got a nice household and buy a house and you do what you gotta do and you raise them, do what you gotta do. So what's y'all questions about? Do you speak to your child as if they are destined for success? Or do you just talk to them? Talk down.
Well, coming from my family bloodline and structure, we somebody without having a material value of a structure. You know what I mean? Smiling is one big thing. Whatever you do, keep on smiling regardless. You know what I mean? My daddy taught me. He said, son, learn how to read your book.
Okay.
And there's some guys, some of my friends to this day, that have gone off of some stuff that my daddy raised me on, and it didn't over, you know what I'm saying, overflow into them.
Okay.
So it's just certain things. My daddy told me, he said, son, whatever you are, make sure that you are the best at it. You feel me? And it wasn't no cut clause. He said, hey, you got the smoking dope or whatever, make sure you the best dope smoker.
Damn.
Like it wasn't you feel me?
He said, make sure you the
If
best.
you the best. Whatever that you go out there and do, make sure you the best in it. You know what I'm saying? So there was just certain areas that I know that my daddy went through a lot of things that he might not have wanted to come out and say it, but he created a couple of sayings that he followed up on himself. So when I grew up and looked at him and watched him, you know, it was like me, man. I felt like I was more a part of my daddy than what he didn't want me to be. So
Okay.
When it was like, hey, you know, I want you to be better than me. I want you to be better than me. I heard that a lot, but at the end of the day, right, like, you know what I'm saying? I can only be better in my own way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The things that you did, you feel me? You done it up on your way. You feel me? So I just took it in. I just took it in, and then how I give my son. Well, I give my son some of the same things. You know what I mean?
So you try to keep it positive.
Hey, I can't do nothing but keep it positive.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to chime in?
I go.
Go ahead.
Me?
Yeah. Whoever. You know what I'm saying?
My son, he's only in the first grade, so I definitely do try not to tell him this or that that's out of order.
Since y'all playing with it, y'all can go ahead and pull that up.
Hold on.
No way.
Go ahead.
All right.
What you inspire your kids to be the best they can be
Best they can be.
at what they doing.
Go
I
ahead.
will, but I'm not going to pressure him. I'm not going to say, you're wrong for that, like what Brad just said. Nah, you shouldn't be doing that. It's going to happen regardless. But I did work in a school where I was working with, like, teenagers that was taking the wrong route. And I still never told them, all right, you selling drugs, you doing this. That's not what you should be doing, da-da-da. That's just something that people got to come through. They got to jump that obstacle by themselves. I'm just there to really,
Go ahead.
I'm just there to really teach them.
Well, I know you ain't. Go ahead.
I'm just there to really just teach them not the right way to do bad, but that there's always going to be consequences and you should try to do the better things first.
So you thinking about their success and what you're doing?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
thinking about their success.
Anybody else?
I want my son to be a good man.
Okay.
I think I speak to him like me and my son. We do this. Like I have bets with him as far as this. I have him use different words. I have him use words that's not normally heard. So when he's speaking, I tell him like, you know, when you use a word like discombobulated to somebody, you could be saying a whole sentence, but when you say that, they're going to pay attention because they want to know what you're saying. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like if you prepare your son, if you prepare your child for success and you treat them with respect, you have to respect them. You have to respect them. That I'm the parent, you the kid shit. That shit went out the window. They're too intelligent and this, that, and other. I'm not going to degrade my son.
What's going on, Annie?
Talk to him crazy. I'm not going to talk to him any way that I wouldn't want to be talked to. All that. I got a word with my son. I call him Bozo. But
Yeah, I seen the little video.
It's
And then you said you a bozo because you had the two different color
Exactly.
shoes on.
Like I call my son a bozo. He does stuff that's ridiculous. He'll leave doors open, do this, that, and other. So one day I'm out, and I rushed so much, I had on 2 green shoes, but they were different shoes. So I got on Facebook. I said, listen, y'all, I call my son a bozo all the time, and my number one thing I tell him is, I don't rush. But look at his dad. Because I own my bozo-ness. You understand? It's not no disrespect. It's not another. And I just feel like you should always, I don't care what the fuck is going on, you should talk to your kid with respect.
Did everybody get theirs in? You say yours?
I haven't said mine yet.
Yeah, go ahead, get your
I
piece.
think definitely that you should breathe. Like, I'm the kind of person I want to breathe success into the people who I care about. So for my son, I was never like, oh, you ain't gonna do this. No, I would tell him what you can do, and I would say, hey, listen, if you do it this way, you'll probably get a better result. You know, But yeah, always speak success into them. They hear enough negativity out in the world, out in school, out from the people who are calling them names, who don't, who are just out there saying all that other kind of stuff. So I always feel like you should breathe positivity and breathe life into your kids and the people that you love.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go into the next question. I know they over there. Everybody doing the Facebooking, but this next question, this next,
You haven't asked me anything. I always ask.
the question is out there. You know what I mean? I'm gonna come back to you. I got you.
I got no type of opinion in that. This is one. I'm waiting for topics. Right. This is
Got you.
my 6 sisters. It's 10 of us.
Okay.
I'm just saying, yeah, because this is like baby.
You gotta go.
Like,
I got you. All right. Well, when you get a question you want to answer, I'm gonna bring it around to you. Okay. Oh, my bad. Y'all was passing that Jameson around. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they was passing that Jameson around. I ain't know. You know what I mean? But, all right. But this, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go into the show because y'all taking over the show. Y'all taking over the show. I can hear y'all. So the next question is, do most recognize, and I'm talking about most parents, do most parents recognize that they are responsible to their child? Do most parents recognize that they're responsible to their child, not for their child? All right, I'm gonna read it again. Y'all hear the question?
Yeah.
Y'all hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? You hear it? The question is, do most parents recognize that they are responsible to? So you're responsible to be there. You're responsible to provide. You're responsible to give knowledge. You're responsible to provide, not for their child. You don't have to be there for your child unless it's emotional, but that's your job, to be there to deal with the emotion. You're not there for your child because you're not their friend. You're their parent. So you're responsible to your child. Anybody want to chime in there?
My child is my child. You feel me? And you know what I mean? Like it ain't 4 or 2. That's my responsibility. You know what I mean? It came from my loins. It's kind of like me recognizing my granddaddy. My son, he's gonna recognize me. You know what I'm saying? And so on and so on. Uh, we gotta do our best for our child, for our children. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do our best for our children, and being not just being there for them, but allowing them to see how you are with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Are you there with yourself? You know what I mean? Like my son, he's older. My daughters, they older. They out on their own, and they still call me for money. You know what I'm saying? And if I got it, they got it. You feel me? If I got it, if it's my last, they got it, and they, you know what I'm saying? They know that. If I don't got it, you go out there, hopefully that you make your way, and then you call daddy back. Daddy, you good. You feel me? That's what goes on in my structure. So I'm putting that down, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's my responsibility, and my son and my kids gonna look at me as being a responsibility for them too as well.
Okay. Next one to step up. Y'all need the question again?
Did you?
Well, yeah, she ain't on camera, so I mean she got to talk. We can hear her because we got the mics. Nah, we already got everything queued up. You ain't gonna be able to get on camera.
We can hear you though.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot. I don't even want to take over the whole show, but listen, going through it and
Go ahead.
going through it and for me, y'all know I'm coming from all different angles: 23, 20, 18, 15, 4, and then 2, and then a 5-year-old grandchild. And what I've just recently experienced from my daughter, let me tell you, I wanted to reach out to you, Chuck, ahead of time, ahead of the show, and I should have. You know what I'm saying? I just been in the chokehold, dealing with everything, spiritual warfare. But mental health is
is mental illness and mental health is real. It really is real. And I feel like it is our duty and it's our responsibility to be there for our children. However, it is also your responsibility to know when to back the fuck off and let them fall. Okay? Especially when your child has experienced something like sexual assault by their own father.
Yeah.
And it puts such a disdain on that child. Okay? And to the point where a mother, for me, I'm speaking personal, a mother for me at 40 years old, just stepping into her career, just getting a 2-year off the titty, in the daycare, the 4-year-old into Head Start. Everybody's successful. My sons is doing what they got to do in high school. My 20-year-old is flourishing. She has special needs. She's getting scholarships to the college I go to school at. Trying to grab the 23-year-old by the hand, go drive all the way to fucking Brooklyn to help my father. Then hear some shit about my daughter for her to turn around and just lie on me. And then me, y'all already know, I'm raised as a Hebrew Israelite. And I tell people all the time, don't judge me if I pull up a scripture. No, I don't think I'm a saint. But this is just where my logic and reasoning is coming from. That's the base. That's the home of the root. That's where I get it from, right?
Yeah,
like I'm telling her, a liar should not go on unpunished. Thus saith the Lord. This goes to what you asking. At what point do you feel you have to stop being there for your child? Like I told my children, when you feel you have to break the law to hurt your mother, you got to think about it. You're not aiming to hurt your mother. You're just breaking the law.
Okay.
What happens now? She tells me to drive her nigga back up to New York. I'm 34th Street in the middle of, with my foot on the fucking, sorry y'all, with my foot on the brake. You understand? He's jumping out. He leans over.
Okay.
Mom, good talking to you. It was a great talk. You know, I had a good time with your daughter. Leaves. I get to the crib to my best friend. We've been best friends. We was 11 years old. We 40 years old. Whatever. I get to her crib. The babysitter that she almost had beef with set a whole block up on fire over lies. Come find out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I feel you. We had to show about that. Yeah, but we trying to stick to the thing because I got to keep it under an hour today. So.
At a certain point, guys.
So do you think you're supposed to be there 2 or 4 your child?
Both.
All right. Go ahead.
At some point, no one else.
I agree with her as far as both because as you get older and you get and your relationship with your child matures and you have to adapt like your child has to adapt. Sometimes you got to be for them. Sometimes you got to be for you. It's a mixture of what you got to do. It's just understanding when you have to do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean, basically for me, I'm honest with my son. My son know my positives as well as my deficiencies. So it's on that type level that you, once again, it's how you parent. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I understand what she's saying fully. Sometimes you can be too much too. And sometimes you can be too much against. You understand? And it's about us gauging ourselves from using our experiences and using what we know to try to, help. Because it's hectic out here for these kids.
Yeah.
It's hectic out. I mean, no offense to nobody. You got a whole bunch of homosexuality. You got all these crazy drugs that's going on. You got all this social media, everything that's just basically diluting and tarnishing relationships with parents and kids because there's so many distractions on what's going on. You really have to sit back and as a parent, you really got to check yourself and understand like sometimes it's going to be this way and sometimes it's going to be that way because if you're a parent that think it's going to be your way all the time, you're in for some rough waters.
Anybody else want to chime in? Do you think that you need to be, you know what I mean? You know what the question is. Are you responsible to your kids or for your kids? Did you already talk? You already talked?
You already talked, right?
Yeah.
You ain't talk?
No, she ain't talked yet. Yeah.
All right. All right. I think that it is kind of a turn with starting with them both. But I feel like for me, like let's just, for me, I felt like for a long time I felt responsible for my child in terms of people looking at you like, oh, why is your child doing this or why is your child doing that? So you as a parent sometimes feel like, oh, it's my responsibility to make sure they're making all the right choices. So I'm responsible for them and for any actions that they do. As children get older, then they obviously you're responsible to them to a certain extent, because now you're not responsible for the choices they make. It doesn't fall back on you what they do. But when they're younger, I feel like it definitely does. So as they get older, now you're responsible to them to make sure that they're good, make sure they have the knowledge that they need, make sure you're there for them if they need you, but not responsible for what they do.
Okay, anybody want to finish up on that, and then I'm gonna go into Chuck scenarios, and then we gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna have y'all say what y'all say and get it on, cause we can't go super long with it. So
I just want to acknowledge to it when they say it takes a village
yeah,
to raise a child. My
Yeah.
thing is to put something in that. Hopefully, it's more family in that village than the outside of the village. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
but some neighborhoods is family.
Yeah. And
Like we was all raised together, so I don't. You not my blood family, but I don't see no. You know what I mean? Like he was saying, the area I was from. I mean, it was a street. It went down the hill, and everybody knew my mom,
Yeah.
and they wasn't blood, and everybody knew us. That's Juanita's son. That's what they said. So if I was up there doing wrong, they gonna stop me and call Juanita. Juanita, your son up here playing in the
Not only
goddamn
stop
trash
you,
can.
fuck around and snatch
Yeah,
the fuck
snatch
up.
you up.
We
So
from
it
the
was,
same
yeah,
street. Literally
yeah.
the same street.
But
They
check this
knew
out,
we
check this
was.
out. So when you take your kids there, right? They gonna tell your kids how good you was there.
Yeah, but they know that. But it's different. Like I said, it's different nowadays because my community ain't my community.
Well, I'm just speaking about mine when I
Yeah,
take my
okay.
kids back home.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That truth telling is a part of that. Where I take them, So when I go back
What's going on,
home,
Corey?
Of course, I go back to those places where that village raised me.
For sure.
So I take that product of what the village raised me on what that product that I got,
Okay.
and I'm bringing it back to that same village. You know what I'm saying? And that village able to tell them either if it was bad or good where I came from, and then where I am today.
Okay,
So
well,
that's
we're going to go into Chuck scenarios, then I'm going to come around. You're going to tell people how to get in touch with you. And then next week, we're going to do what we do. We got to cut, because sometimes we be going 2-3 hours. I got to cut that. I'm trying to keep it at an hour. You know what I mean? So I got to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So Chuck scenario is we talking about parenting. And we talking about you. We talking about parenting. We talking about you. All right. You go to pick your child up from a mall, and you hear that people are going to jump your child. What are you going to do? Me? I'm fucking kids up. And I'm looking right in the thing. Call the police. Run down on mine when I'm there. I'm handling my business. And I know nowadays these kids shoot. I got that too. You know what I mean? So I'm ready for whatever way you going to do it. If it's about mine, I'm going down with mine. I jump in front of a bullet for mine. So I can't speak for nobody. I'm not trying to negotiate nothing. My blood going to start boiling. If I hear that they going to jump my kid, I'm on dog shit. Next person.
That's funny that you even said something like that, because I'm literally going through something like that with my son right now.
Hey.
We're not from here.
Mm-hmm.
You see my son, this, that, and other. My son's trained. My son hurt one of them kids.
Mm-hmm.
Being as though he's humble, you see his spirit, he's from somewhere else, he keeps himself together and this, that, and other. They don't like him. We're at the football field right before I came here. This is what made me late. The dude's son is talking, and I'm sitting there like, damn, whoever he talking about, he don't like. My son come over and say, Dad, say what? He say, that's the dude right there. I said, well, what's your problem with him? He said, Dad, I don't even know him. He said, I've never had a conversation with him or nothing. His dad is standing right here. So I speak to his dad all the time. So I turn to his dad and say, yo, your son is the one, this, that, and other. You know what his dad said to me? He said, well, kids ain't going to always like each other. I said, you're right. I ain't tripping off that. But what I'm telling you is this. Please don't underestimate my son. Please don't take his kindness for a weakness. Please don't take his, because one thing he's been trained to is protect himself. You understand what I'm saying?
So what you going to do if you walk in the goddamn mall?
Oh, I'm going to let my son shake.
They talking about jumping him. He can shake, but he ain't going. If he outnumbered, he can shake.
4 or 5, he all right. But 2.
But I'm talking about jump. No, we ain't say no numbers. Like they talking about jumping. Is you
I'm
jumping
like,
in?
I'm not a PT PTA parent.
Okay.
I ain't
You
a
jump in
PTA
there.
parent.
Okay.
I'm snatching
That's what I
shit
want to
off
know.
mine.
Cause I don't want to dumb it down. Cause like I said, if I see 10, 11, 14, 15-year-olds jumping my kids, I'm gonna catch a CYS charge. I'm booting them and everything. Nigga, I'm putting fingers on them. So go ahead. Anybody else jump in? Go ahead.
Me personally, my bad.
Go ahead.
Me personally, I'm going to try to defuse the situation, but if it comes to my son getting jumped, I'm jumping in.
All right.
I'm tossing people, kids,
quick.
all that.
People's
WrestleMania,
elbow and all that.
man,
People's
God.
elbow and all that. I'm trying to go. I'm going down.
All the time. If you
I'm
can't
going
beat it,
viral.
pick something up. I'm gonna be picking something up, even if I could.
Listen, we at the mall. I'm coming off the second floor like Jimmy Fly Snooker, nigga, like all the ropes. Hey, nigga, I'm fucking kids up. Don't hit the floor. Go ahead. Yeah, let me.
I was like that. Hi, my name is Ariel.
Ariel.
Yaya's little sister, obviously. Still grown though. She's 34. Yeah, but too much. Anyway, but I don't got no kids. But I have about 46. About 46 nieces and nephews that I've helped raise. Put it like that. That's crazy. It sounds crazy because it's a large number. Don't sound crazy. I'm weak. I get to put all of them to sleep all the time. Take 5 seconds. But anyway, long story short, I help raise all of them, so I feel like they're all my kids too. But I don't got no kids though. You know what I'm saying? So if any of them call me and they tell me they got like 6 people on them and it's only one or one other friend, or even if it's just 3 girls and it's just one person, I don't care. Even though all my nieces and nephews, they got hands. And if I can be there, I'm gonna be there. And I'm snatching off kids and I'm throwing.
That's what I'm
talking
about.
That's what I'm talking about. Go get their daddy. Go get their
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. They go get their cousins too.
So
they go get them to get the neighbor.
Okay.
If they want to get some shaking.
So you right where I'm.
You call all 10 of us and all the rest.
Yeah, you right where I'm at.
You don't do that. You're gonna fight one-on-one.
Good God Almighty. That's that Jameson.
People's children. Unless somebody come tell me,
what?
You touch my child. Your child try to jump my niece or my nephew with all them kids not at all. They can fight one-on-one. Yeah, I toss your child. You lucky I done beat the shit out of your child.
Good. Hold on. The conversations that's had on the Big Chuck podcast is not the thoughts and the okays or anybody. I'm not tossing nobody's kid over no bound. We're not trying to kill no kids. I'm just talking about them jumping in. I'm not tossing nobody from the second floor. I'm just going to put hands on them. No tossing. No murder is involved on the Big Chuck podcast. That's that Jameson. We put that Jameson right there, cause put the bottle right there, cause they on that Jameson. All right. Yeah. So the next. Hold on. Let me let the next person talk, cause I see you in the zone. I'm sorry, you in the zone. Let me the next person talk. Yeah. She about to fuck me up. Security. Hold on, let me get on my goddamn phone. I got security outside. You think he ain't out? Let me text him. They from Brooklyn too. Please come inside, Twan, nigga. Come inside right now, Twan. Come inside, nigga. Yeah. Come inside, Twan. He in the car. He in the truck, nigga. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hit him with the ooh. Come on in here, Twan, cause she mad. I got you. So can I go to the next person? I'm sorry. I am sorry. All right, Twan, just look through the window, Twan. I know it's tenant, but look through the window. Who else want to go? The scenario is, good God Almighty. She must be from the Abbey Square Mall where they was jumping niggas. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up your child from a mall, and you hear that people are going to jump your child. Okay. What are you going to do?
Okay. To have an accurate scenario.
Yeah, we down to 2.5 minutes.
I had to come and talk to plenty either guidance counselor or principals about how my son.
Now you we only got 2 minutes, bro. So
got to it. So I didn't never have to go to the mall where he was gonna get jumped in the mall, but I went to the school.
But that's a scenario. What would you gonna do though? What you gonna do?
Well, just like he said about his son, he got lethal hands. My son is a black belt in Taekwondo.
Okay.
And I try to teach him, son, if you can, you walk away first. Yeah. And my son gonna be like, if he feel like he can jump all them or do it, I'm gonna be there watching because I want to see what my son can do with those black belt skills.
Okay.
But if he, you know what I'm saying, look like he got too much, and I sit to the side and let him do what he do, and Dad will jump in there.
All right. Go ahead. I gotta let her talk too. Go ahead.
No, if my son's about to get jumped, first off, if I cannot defuse the situation, then we gonna fight, and that's what it is.
And
You can fight too.
I mean, I know a little something. So.
Okay.
Oh, she like she can run
You
too.
about to go
What?
down. You about to go down. And then
What?
whoever's parents got a problem, whoever's parents come back, got a problem with it, we got phone calls we can make. So it's all good. We ready.
All right, and that concludes another Big Chuck podcast. Like I said, every Thursday we're gonna leave them hanging so we can come back to this question because I see a lot of people then got ignited at the end. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to keep the shows around about an hour because the last show was like 2 hours and 22 minutes. So we gotta keep it low. I got somebody in here that nigga hit me with this and all that. So we're gonna try to keep it low so people don't get tuned out and had to come back in. So with that being said, I need everybody to tell people how to get in touch with you, give them their name and everything, tell them how to get in touch with you, and I see y'all next Thursday. Go ahead.
Check it out. Add Roy, Facebook, on TikTok. Add Roy the Bad Guy. E-Roy the Bad Guy. Check it out. I bet you there's some great material on there that y'all can use.
It's your boy Rondo with the Lick Gods, man. You already know, your friendly neighborhood promoter. Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Ron Keeper Denim Jack. You can find me on Instagram, Master X Threader, or No Odds in My Future. Yeah.
Already. Top G in the building. Instagram at Top G. Facebook, Splash and Dash Mobile Detailing.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Faye, your hair care specialist out here in the Frederick area. Come see us, 1828 Rosemont Avenue, right near the Pizza Hut off back in the cut. So we do a little bit of everything, so we get everybody covered. Barbers, hairstylists, we got you.
And we'll see y'all next Thursday, 8:30. We going live. The people that know where the hair salon is and barbershop, y'all can come in. Like I said, we only got so much room, so much people. Next week, it might look a little bit different, you know what I mean? Because I got somebody in. He hit me with all these goddamn gang signs. I don't know what the fuck he talking about, but it's new, so I'm paying attention to him. So like I said, you know what I mean? We going to do what we do on Thursdays, 8:30.
Like he was security.
Yeah, 8:30, you know what I'm saying? The comedy shows, everything, SMU, ENT, everything. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get me on YouTube, everything, you know what I'm saying, is SMU ENT. I need y'all to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, SMU ENT. And with that being said, I see y'all next week at 8:30. We are out.
And these are really koi fish on this shirt.
Yeah. I told him this is my best kimono. I brought it out. This is the first time I got to wear it.
You a
So
ninja?
those are real fish?
No, that's
The koi fish. No.
That's